Fiona Grugan is an expert in mentoring, people wrangling, and subversive action. Please welcome Fiona.
The joys and perils of dating when deaf. It was raining buckets outside, but the club was closing, and T and I had to go home. Neither of us had money to call a cab, so we took a public car to the nearest stop and then began to walk. Within minutes, we were drenched. My hearing aids, they started to crackle, so I quickly slipped them off and put them into my wallet. I nervously turned to T and told him that I'd had to take my aids off. Ya no te puedo escuchar, I told him. I gestured helplessly to my ears. Suddenly, I was surrounded by his wet skin as he embraced me and pulled my face close. His kiss said everything that words that would fall on deaf ears couldn't. He didn't mind. I was diagnosed with a mild to severe hearing impairment when I was 6 years old. That meant wearing awkwardly bright hearing aids on strings, which stayed where they belonged most of the time. There were other times when I blissfully continued to be half connected with the world around me. Difficulties arose when my peers became more aware of my difference. In middle school, it was, na, 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 boo, boo, you can't hear me. By high school, it was subtler. My peers just complained about why we had to have captions on movies in class, or they mumbled things deliberately so I wouldn't be able to understand. All of this made for a strained relationship with my identity as a deaf person. I wanted to be proud of my hearing aids, but a lot of history of teasing made me wary. Even though I was now a sophomore in college and I'd made great strides in being proud of my deaf identity, I really wanted T to like me. So I was nervous talking about my hearing impairment. Therefore, I did what I've always done, which was to make things up when I didn't understand. My halting Spanish also helped to cover this deficit. When T and I were safely back in his apartment and had dried ourselves off, I slipped my aids back into my ears. After he had given me the thumbs up to see if I was back in commission, T said, I love that you are deaf, because when your hearing aids are out, I feel like it's you and me, and no one else in the world exists.